Namaste. Today I want to talk to you about a knowing that goes beyond your five senses, also your mind and intellect. So when we consider we are part of the universe, every living being has access to this knowledge. For example, do you know that sea turtles often come to the shore to nest and lay eggs during high tide? Why high tide? So then they have to travel only less distance to reach a higher sandy area to lay the eggs. And then they go back into the water. And so this is the high tide. So the water cannot come beyond that. The eggs are protected, they are hatched, and then they all go into the sea. And most females return to nest on the beach where they were born, or which we can call the natal beach. So, do they have a GPS? How do they come back there? How do they choose this? Okay, think about that. We often think that knowledge comes only through our senses, our mind, and intellect. That's what majority of us think. But there is another way of knowing, one that goes beyond what we can see, hear, or reason. Within each of us lies the potential to access a deeper awareness, a state where we are not limited by time, space, or logic. This is the knowing that simply is. You just know, a clear, immediate, and boundless. So when we connect to this inner space, we discover our true nature. What is that? Omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent. So, omniscient means all knowing, possessing complete and infinite knowledge. Omnipotent means all powerful, having unlimited power and ability. So, omnipresent means present everywhere at the same time, encompassing all our space. But our mind, we cannot think like that. We ourselves, by the way we think, we limit ourselves. So the journey within is not just about finding answers, it's about realizing that you are the source of all answers. Do you know that before an earthquake, all the animals will run off from that place? How do they know? How do they know that an earthquake is going to come? So they are connected to the universal GPS, which man, through his intellectual thinking and reasoning capacity and basing their observations on the five senses, they do not have. They have to depend on powerful machines, and even then they are not in touch with that sometimes. So there are people who have this sense of knowing, and I was one of them. From childhood, I could just know things. And then I got married to a completely logical person, where when I say something, you'll ask, give me the reason. This type of knowing, there is no reason. You just know what it is, what is going to happen, what can happen if you do like this. So for decades, we used to argue. When a person cannot understand that knowing, there is no way a person who gets that knowing can make the other person understand what this knowing means. Absolutely no way. Okay? So for decades, we argued on that, and then finally we decided we will agree to disagree. So luckily for me, I was giving him Reiki healing every day. So he could later understand about the energies, the presence of energies, and the sense of knowing. So if you have got that capacity, trust your senses, trust that knowing when it comes to you. And don't try to make others believe in that. They just cannot understand. It is beyond them. Don't try to convert anybody. Don't try to make somebody understand that you have a sense of knowing. Use it for the betterment of yourself and for the betterment of others, sorry. Okay? So keep that in mind and always know this is possible for us human beings too, just like other animals. Bye for now.